Welcome back. It's your girl Pearl. We're back. We're here. We're live for another YouTube video on the channel. Today I want to talk about something really important, and I think this is something that will absolutely change your life once you understand this, once you learn this, once you implement this, and this is how to balance your hormones. I'm going to share with you the story about how I got rid of my PMS symptoms, got rid of my acne. I didn't have much, but I had a little bit back then, right? Got rid of my mood swings, got rid of my cravings, got rid of my, increased my libido. What else? List goes on and on. And so I really believe that so many of us think that the things we're experiencing on a day-to-day basis, like bloating, like cravings, like cramps, like being moody on your PMS when you have your menstrual cycle, not being able to sleep, and all these things, acne, and the list goes on and on. We think those are normal, but just because they're common doesn't mean they're normal. There's a way, I believe there's a state of being that we get to experience that doesn't involve any of those things. And that's actually what I experience on a day to day basis. I'm going to share with you exactly how I was able to do this for myself, how you're going to be able to do it for yourself as well, because I truly believe if I can do it, you can do it, right? If one other human being can do it, you can do it. Like we're all different, unique in our own way, but there's some fundamentals. I truly believe we have the power to create our reality, create our health, create our mindset, create our wealth, whatever it is you want to experience, you get to if you choose to. And if you take the action steps that are required for you to get the ideal state, that ideal life, the dream body, the dream experience, whatever you're trying to build here, right? And so I'm going to share a little bit about my journey and how I was able to, you know, take myself from the state I was to where I am now, what I did to really heal my hormones, improve my overall health and well-being, and just really become this person you see every day that's thriving, that's glowing, that's healthy, that doesn't experience any of the things that most people do. And it really truly is. I was thinking to myself this morning, actually, I was listening to a podcast, and Alex Hormozy, who I'm listening to a lot these days, and just his perspective on life, and just like a lot of things that I want to create in the world. And like I truly want every single human to experience and feel how I feel on a daily basis. That's my only goal. That's why I have my business. Like I want you to feel optimal health. I want you to be the most energized. I want you to be lit up in your mind, body, and soul about all the things you're doing, about how you're feeling, about yourself, about your mission, about what you're pursuing in your life. Whatever it is for you, you get to do that, and you get to feel and be the healthiest version of yourself while you're doing these things. And it's truly my only goal. And that's like what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, to help more people feel their best, and also dance more, which also is involved with feeling your best. So my two big missions are that, and like that's all my life is going to be revolving around. And I'm just really excited. So we're going to dive in. So I'm going to just give you a little preface about where I was before, and then where I am now, and then how the things I did, I shifted. And before I share, of course, I want to say that this is what I did, what's unique to me. There are some key things that are going to be like principles that you can implement too, but how I got to those things is unique to me. So how you get to your own way of balancing your hormones and figuring things out is going to be unique to you. It won't be the same as me, but I'll talk about the main overall overarching like principles and things that will help for sure no matter what. But how you get to them is really unique to you, your preferences, your lifestyle, your culture, your mindset, so many other things that come into play, right? And so I just want to say that before I share. This is my unique story, and of course you're gonna have your own, and this is what worked for me. Okay, so when I was younger, let's say, so I went on birth control at a very young age, because when I had my period, I was in grade five. I got my period. I remember it, so I was 12. I remember it being the most excruciatingly painful thing in the world. Like, seriously, I remember like so clearly. It came down. I was like, oh my God. Like, I went to the washroom. I saw, I was like, oh my God, no, what's happening? And I was living with my dad at the time, not my mom. And so my dad was like, what the heck? And I come downstairs, I'm like I'm in so much pain, like it hurts so much. I went beside my dad's desk, and I laid on the floor in like fetal position, like knees to chest, just rocking back and forth. I'm like, it hurts so much, Dad, and I couldn't go to school that day. I was in so much pain. I had no idea what was going on. I was like, what is this? Am I dying? Like, oh my God. So we went to the doctors. I'm not sure if it was the same day or day after we were able to get into the doctors. Back in the day when you were able to get into a doctor's, and I had a family doctor, and then yeah, of course the first thing that, and this is a male family doctor, he's like, oh, you just got a period, like here, take some birth control, like right away, right? And of course, at that age, I had no idea what to do. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll listen to this doctor. I'll take birth control. So I went on birth control when I was 12. And I was on birth control, taking the pill, doing the thing. And the funny thing is, I was on birth control, but my symptoms did not get better. Like, I still experienced excruciatingly painful periods every single month. Like, the point was to not be in pain, but I was still in pain. So for me, like, it literally didn't work, but hey, it's fine. So like, they got a little bit better over the years, but still was pretty painful. And so I just, suck it up. I did the thing. I kept taking the pills. And after I got older and realized, I was like, something's off. Like, something's not right. Something is just not aligning. It feels weird in my body. And especially when I had my first boyfriend when I was like 2020. I think I was 20. Yeah, just before I turned 21, actually, had my first boyfriend. And like, I had no desire to sleep with him. Like, it's probably TMI, but I'm going to be totally vulnerable. Like, I just I was like, what's wrong with me? I was like, dude, I just have no libido, like, no sex drive at all. Like, what is this? I was like, is this normal? Like, I was thinking that there was something wrong with him. Like, something is not right. Like, fam, I need help. Like, is this normal? And at this time, I didn't really talk to my friends about this because I don't know. I was 20 and I was like late. I thought I was late to the game because I really didn't really date when I was younger. I wasn't really interested in boys. I was just focused on school and like on friends. And so I didn't really date till I was later, right? Till I was older and 20 years old ish. And so I had my first boyfriend when I was just before I was 21. And like, yeah, I was like, this is not the vibe. And so about a year after, I just, something in my body was like, you need to get off of birth control. You need to stop birth control. Like, you just need to stop. So I did. I just stopped taking birth control. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's see what my body is like without birth control, right? So at this time, I was in university and I was learning about health and nutrition. I was starting to study for my dietetics degree, health, nutrition, learning about all the things, science, all the cool stuff. And I was like, you know what? After I went off birth control, I was like, there's something that needs to shift in my body, in my diet, in my lifestyle. I was already eating pretty healthy and I was already exercising all the time and doing the things, but there's a deeper level. And so this was when I actually decided to go plant based. I remember I was in university living in a house with like 8 other women, 8 other students, and it was a crazy time. But I decided to go plant based, right? So this was when I was 22, so about 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. And so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go plant based. I went vegan. And so I cut out all animal products, all dairy products, anything that I didn't feel like really sat well with me. Before I shared more, I actually didn't like meat that much when I was growing up anyway. Like, innately, like when I was at living with my dad, we'd have dinner and I just wasn't a fan of meat. Like, I would not ever eat that much, only eat small pieces. It just never felt good out to my body to eat meat. And I knew this at a young age, but that's all we had on the table. So I ate what was served, right? And so when I lived on my own with my roommates in university, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop eating meat because even buying meat and cutting up chicken and like touching raw meat grossed me out, right? And so I just didn't want to deal with it. So I just stopped eating meat, and then really diving more into health, and I looked up stuff and Googled about stress and decreasing things and just how to feel better. And at this time, like in hindsight, I realized this was me balancing out my hormones. But I didn't realize that at the time when I was 22, looking up how to decrease stress. I didn't realize I was balancing my hormones by doing these things and by going plant based, but I was, right? And so that was really cool for me to think about it now, like, oh, I was balancing out my hormones. So I just started, yeah, eating way more clean, cutting out processed foods, cutting out junk, right? And really experiencing the shifts in my energy after I went plant based and like started eating more vegetables and eating more balanced meals and implementing the things I was learning in my studies and my schooling and in what I was looking and learning from my research, I was like, whoa, like I felt so much more energized. I started sleeping better and I started to, implement more meditation and reading and just calm myself down. I didn't meditate as consistently as I do now back then, but I started to do it more a little bit. And like my energy levels really skyrocketed. But I would say the diet was one of the biggest things that really impacted my energy. And so right after I got off birth control, my symptoms didn't just go away right away. It wasn't like a overnight fix. It actually took me quite a while for my symptoms to go away. I would say probably about a year. It took me about a year for my symptoms to go away, for me to not experience the excruciating, pain and the cramps and the blah and the, you know. And so after I was like, oh my God, my symptoms are getting better. Like I literally couldn't believe it because every month I was so used to being in fetal position on the first day of my period. I'm like, oh, I'm so much pain, it hurts. Why? I hate being a woman. Let me know if you can relate. And so I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like feeling like the ease of no pain on my first day was like the biggest moment of my life. I was like, whoa, like this is actually how we're meant to feel. Like I just felt in my body, like this is what we're meant to feel like. We're not meant to have all these symptoms and all this stuff. Anyway, so after years and years of keeping all these habits and eating healthy and diving deeper into my spiritual practice and my mindfulness and intuitive eating, and I'm going to talk more about these things, but really like diving into my habits and the main pillars that I talk about in my programs. Like this is exactly how I heal my hormones. So the first one was getting off birth control, right? Eating balanced meals, cutting out all animal products, right? Now I eat eggs. I brought eggs back into my life because my body was like, you need to eat eggs. And eggs are so nutrient dense and really good for us. But I would say eggs like the only animal product I eat. I might eat a little bit of fish. Yeah, I eat a little bit of fish as well when my body needs it. I'm a very intuitive eater, right? I eat what my body tells me to eat, and that's basically it. So when you learn how to really listen to your body and tune in deeper, your body is telling you all the time what it needs, what to eat, when to stop, when to sleep. Like if we just tune in deeper and listen to our own internal wisdom and our own intelligence about what we're meaning to do, how we're supposed to eat, how we're supposed to move, even when it comes to our business and doing other things, making decisions in our life, in our relationships, like every area of your life, when you learn how to really deepen your intuition, like you will be so powerful because we are all powerful, right? And it's funny because I had a this is a little side note, but I recently did a kundalini reiki energy healing session, and the facilitator, the healer, was like, you have a really strong third eye, like that's incredible. And your third eye's up here, and your third eye's your intuition. It's what's connected to source. And I was like, whoa, really? Like I've been very intuitive from a young age, hence the not feeling good on birth control and like not wanting to eat meat, things like that. My body was always talking to me, like it always is for all of us. And that was just I knew like I had deeper intuition, but I just didn't realize like how strong it was until the healer was like, yeah, like keep doubling down on it. And I was like, okay, shit, I'm going to. And so just really realizing that we all have this intuition within us. We just need to learn how to listen to it, how to trust it, and how to learn how to lead our own path despite what society is going to tell you, right? So that's what I've been doing for a long time now. Like, I don't do a lot of things that most people do because what's normal isn't normal. What's common is actually detrimental to our health and well being. What's common is actually keeping us in a lower frequency, lower vibration, keeping us not in our power. What's normal is actually being these incredibly lit up, energized, healthy, thriving human beings that feel incredible and are in optimal health and are also able to attract abundance of desires and just be this being of light. And that's really what I'm trying to help more people do because that's really our true being at our core. We just need to get rid of all this shit and strip away all the things, right? So back to the hormones. So after I got a little older, so I was mostly only focusing on diet, exercise for the most part for the first couple years after I went plant based. And then I got deeper into, personal development, spirituality, and I was still experiencing like anxiety and things like that. Also, your mood and hormones are related, right? So I was experiencing like depression, anxiety, low mood, low lack of motivation, all these things, even though I was eating healthy and exercising. So I knew there was another deeper layer, right? So I will say when I started to really feel good in my hormones and my body and my mood, and like I don't experience any mood swings around my menstrual cycle. I don't experience cravings. I don't like none of the things that most women do because I don't believe we need to, because I eat healthy in a way that I get all the nutrients I need. My mood is always stable because I'm optimized in my gut health and my mindset's really strong, right? And I know I'm in control of the things that happen to me. Like I'm in control of my mood. I'm in control of my feelings for the most part. Like I can feel a feeling and shift my state. So I don't let myself stay in these states for very long because I know like I can shift that with a thought. Right. And so I never let my period be a reason why I'm grumpy or why I'm bitchy or why I'm hangry or like it's just not a thing for me. And that's what I choose to do. And you get to choose the same too for yourself if you desire to, right? And so, what else was I gonna say? So, yeah. And yeah, so really when I dove deeper into nervous system and stress management, that is actually when I started to see really, really good results around just optimizing my well-being and feeling in balance. Like for me, it's a feeling. Like people are like, "Oh, do you get your hormones tested, or do you get?" I don't get anything tested because like my body knows, my body communicates to me. I know, and I don't need a test to tell me if I, didn't get in the good enough sleep or where I'm in out of balance. Like I know exactly where I need to be back in balance. It's just being real with myself around that. Now, obviously, there is a time and a place to get tests. But I'm just talking about the average human that just wants to feel good. You don't need any tests, in my opinion. And so that's why I don't go get tests and stuff, because I know from my research, my background, from my being a dietitian, from what I know, from my experience, from my clients, like there's a really good way to just master these basics where you can feel really good in your body as well. So once I learned how to really tap into my stress management, right? Healthier habits, better sleeping routines, sleep hygiene, nervous system regulation, a lot of deep breathing, meditating, right? This is really what took me to the next level. So I meditate every day. I used to do a lot of like tapping and nervous system regulation. Now I'm in a pretty good place when it comes to my nervous system. Obviously, there's more work to do. I do more of my nervous system regulation like in the moment when it comes to my thoughts and feelings, and I take deep breaths and I remind my body that I'm safe, and I create positive feelings and experiences around certain things during my day in the moment to help my nervous system regulate and become more comfortable in these feelings and experiences, right? That's a whole other topic. It's a whole other video. But so just really honing in on the daily habits that have helped me and doing this over and over and over and over and over again for years, like getting those reps in, right? And so just to recap, the main habits that I have implemented that have helped me and totally transform my hormones and how I experience my menstrual cycles. And of course, there's so many other benefits I've experienced: my mood, my energy, clear skin, no cramps, my all the optimal things I've mentioned. But really, it came down to getting off of birth control, eating balanced meals, cutting out animal products, improving my sleep routine, right? Really doing my sleep quality, increasing my sleep quality, no screens before bed, blue light glasses, deep breathing, meditating before bed, getting my brain to calm down, right? Bringing my brain to a more safe space, nervous system regulation, right? EFT tapping, journaling, and a lot of mindset work. As a whole other video, but I did a lot of mindset journaling, listening to audios, hypnosises, how I speak to myself, how I create different feelings and shift different things in my state, because your nervous system is directly related to a lot of things. Like our thoughts are related to a lot of things. So we can think certain thoughts, and each thought creates a frequency, creates an electric signal, creates hormones, creates neurotransmitters, and all of these create feelings in the body, can create or improve how we feel. And so when you understand your thoughts and how powerful they are, it's really powerful to just be mindful of how you're thinking. Like when I was going through my healing phase, which we're still in it, I'm still in it, but especially around my period, I would tell myself like, I no longer feel pain on my period. My periods are pain free, and my symptoms are getting better every month, right? I would anchor these in, and they were, and they did. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, do the things, eat healthy, move your body, exercise, de-stress, sleep better, balance your hormones, get your nervous system right, do the things, but also think about how you're thinking about these things, right? My period is an amazing experience. I get to do all the things I always want to, even when I have my period. I am in a great mood, even on my menstrual cycle, right? Like, so how are you really thinking about these things and tuning into how you're speaking to yourself, right? And this actually came up for me. This video topic came up for me because yesterday was the first day of my period. And yesterday, I literally had the fullest day. I went to a spin class. I got up early. I created content before a spin class. I went out with my friends. I was at the beach all day. I was, doing the things. And like, I didn't think my period even, okay, not to lie, I thought about it like twice. But like the fact that I could have an incredible time on my first day of my cycle like blows my mind, because throw back to when I was 12, like in fetal position, literally in so much pain, had to cancel school, couldn't go to school, was in bed all day, like taking Tylenol to get rid of the pain. I haven't taken Tylenol or Advil in like 4 years because I don't do that, because I don't feel pain. because my body is just in such an optimal state. And like, I'm not saying this like, oh my God, I'm special. I'm saying this because you can do it too. This is exactly what I'm here to teach you, right? This is why I teach you my signature program, the energy equation. So if you want to learn more about this, you want to learn how to balance your hormones, I highly recommend you join my program because it's not only about hormones, it's about so much else, but all the habits we're building in this program to help you feel the most energized and healthy version of yourself is going to absolutely change your entire life. And so I know this episode is a little bit all over the place. I was like, oh, ooh, but I just want to share that. And I might even create a different one and dive a little more deeper into some specific things. If you have any questions about what I shared, please let me know. Drop them below. If you're liking these videos so far, let me know. DM me on Instagram whenever you listen to them. Let me know how you're thinking, how you're feeling. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, save. And of course, if you want me to talk about anything else when it comes to health, wellness, mindset, energy, and my journey to, tapping deeper into who we're really meant to be at the core, let me know. Send me an Instagram message. Send me a question you have, what you want me to talk more about. And as always, I'm so grateful to have you here. So appreciative of your attention and your presence and you just supporting me because I'm here to help you feel your best. And however I can do that, you let me know. So thanks for being here. Last but not least, if you're not part of the Lit Up Club, what are you doing? Join my free community where we have the most amazing time going live every week, doing fun things. I'm actually upgrading the community, so I'm really excited to share more about that. But if you're not in the community yet, please, please, please join us. DM me the word lit on Instagram to join the free community, or the link is below in the bio or description. We're on YouTube. In the description. Amazing. Thank you all so much for being here and sending you so much love. And have a great rest of your day.